Nicole O'Neill once said, when you find the courage to use your voice, it has the power to positively inspire and change the lives of others. It is one of the special gifts you have to offer the world. It is something to be cherished and championed, never hidden. And that is why we are here on Your Voice, Your Impact. I am the energetic EJ. I am a life and transformational coach, and I work with women aged 40 and above to turn their abandoned dreams into achievable goals by activating their voice for impact. I'm also a podcaster and an event host. On this show, with me is
Great, so amazing. The goal of this show is to help people use their voices to create impact. I am a physicist and a life coach. What I do for my clients is I help them build systems to achieve their goals whilst having fun doing it. On this show, we discuss topical issues that can inspire you to move. Like, subscribe, and share. Welcome aboard.
All right, welcome. Today's show is being sponsored by Friends to Lean On. Friends to Lean On is a global foundation which caters to mental health and emotional health and advocacy. And you can check out Friends to Lean on their website at www.friendstoleanon.com. The tagline for Friends to Lean On is compassion for humanity. And also, if you need help, especially if you are in Nigeria, you can put a call through if you need support emotionally, mentally, and health generally. You can put a call through to Friends to Lean on +234 8050 972569. Thank you to our friends from Friends to Lean On for supporting today's show. And yes, that is our sponsor for this episode. All right. Welcome to another episode on Your Voice, Your Impact. It is great to be back. We have been away for a while. I'm just going to bring on Gracie just right away. Hello, Gracie. How are you? It's been a while.
It feels good to be back. It was a very much needed break, but the good thing is we are here, we are back, and we've got goodies, lots and lots and lots of goodies for you.
Absolutely. I love the sound of goodies. It brings me back, or it takes me back to the days of goody goody. I don't know if you know goody goody.
Yeah, I grew up in Lagos, ma'am. So goody goody. Babe, babe, before we talk about this goody goody thing, do you know I was a little low, I was a little bit low, and as soon as we got on the show, babes, this our show has a feel. It has a feel, I must say. The energy just came from nowhere. Goodness. Go ahead, please.
Fantastic. I love the sound of that. And that is exactly, why we needed the break. Anyway, we're going to talk about the break in a short while from now. But before we go into talking about why we went on break and all of that, we just want to make a couple of announcements on the show. Okay. As you can already see, you can see some, a difference in how we're showing up, how we're appearing. We're going to give you a backstory of that. But before that, if you're listening to this show for the first time, maybe you are live here, joining us live from any of the platforms, whether that is LinkedIn, Facebook, or YouTube. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to us, I would recommend that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's the place where you can easily go back to watch the replay if you were unable to catch, the live session. But also that's where you can follow our work. And, as we evolve and as we grow, a couple of things are going to be changing. A couple of additions are going to be coming up on the show. So YouTube basically is going to be our home. So if you're not subscribed to us there, what are you waiting for? Plus, we are now on a mission officially to hit 10,000 subscribers by the time we're celebrating our second anniversary, which is going to be in June of 2025. So we have a couple of months to go, about 9 months thereabout, or give or take 8 months to hit this target. And we cannot do it alone. We need you to help us with that. So if you know somebody who should be a part of the show, whether as a guest or as an audience, please, all you need to do, it will cost you nothing to click the link of this episode on YouTube, share it to your story, share it to your status, share it to somebody, share it in a group, and have your friends and family join us on the show. Or if you know somebody who can be a guest, who has a voice and who wants to amplify their voice of impact, then you can also recommend them to speak to us to be a guest on our show. And you can do all of that by visiting our website. I'm going to drop the link soon on the screen so you can just see that and just visit the website, look at it, and then send that link to them so they can reach out to us to be a part of the show. But also, we're looking out for people who can support the work we're doing. As you see already, we already have sponsorship on the show. Like this particular episode is sponsored by Friends to Lean On, as you've seen at the beginning of the show. So we are looking for more sponsors for each show. And you might wonder, okay, what's the sponsorship about? The truth is, as much as we want to, and we are going to continue to, follow our vision to helping people amplify their voices for impact. And we need more eyeballs to see these videos, to be a part of the conversation. So we are going to be running ads to the episodes to make more people see what we're doing and to be a part of what we're doing. So we need your support, and you can actually support us in different ways. You can sponsor an episode, or you can also donate. You can just like show us some love by donating to us. And we're going to share the link as we go. If not in this episode, starting from next month when we're going fully into the month. But yeah, those are some of our information or announcements that we have. Also, please like wherever platform you're watching on, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. Sorry, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn. Please like, and share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. So that's the announcement we have for you today. Woo! Now that we've finished the announcement, great. Why did we go on break?
Oh, well done for throwing that. Okay, one of the one thing we want to make sure that we is not introduced now. Let's say that we put up for everyone to note is that when we preach something, we also want to make sure we're practicing. Oftentimes, we are caught up in the preach, preach, preach part and forget to practice. That's what happens across all boards. Personally, professionally, you catch yourself talking a lot about something, and then when you flip it, you see that you're a victim of that thing. And that's one thing that, coaching, accountability, partnership, and all of those things, that is where it comes to play. We needed a break. We needed to re-strategize, and we also needed to improve ourselves. You know what I mean? Personally and professionally, and to introspect, to know, to look within us, to see what we should do so that we can be better. It's so, we were always very big on consistency at some point, even though sometimes it will be very hard. But if it makes us hanging and running the show, we'll do it. We were so big on consistency that we didn't want any day to go, no Monday. Or as long as it's a Monday, we are here to do our thing. But we had to, usually there's this weekly call that we normally do, which is our own coaching to ourselves and therapy to ourselves. And we told ourselves the truth. Burnout is something, and that
It's
we know
real.
that it's for real, and you can't be productive when you are burnt out, when you are fetching from an almost an empty vessel because you're giving your all. So
Mm.
why did we go on break? We went on break to re-strategize. We went on break to introspect. We went on break for the purpose of self-care. Those three reasons, and then the energetic is going to add to what I've just shared. So the energetic, back to you.
Thank you so much, Gracie. Absolutely. We needed the break to just refocus, like you said, it's easy to just go, 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 go. And for super achiever or high achievers like, myself, it's easy for us just not to take that time to take a break. And I've been a victim of, burnout a couple of times. But thank God for coaching. Thank God for personal development. Thank God for growth, which helps, it helps you to pay more attention, to be more aware. It increases your self awareness. So you begin to notice when your energy level is dipping and when it's not just a quick dip, but when it begins to like, oh, it's going like it's spiraling, it's just going down, 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 and you're not coming back. So, yeah, I started to feel some kind of way, and I'm like, you know what, let's go on a break, right? And I'm grateful for Gracie here who because for me, I was like, you know what, let's just keep the consistency going. Okay, you continue, continue. I will join you later. It's like, no, we are in this together. And again, the point is we are here to also look out for each other. And this is the whole point. And that's what we're doing. And I love when she said, as much as we want to be here to amplify people's voices and ours as we do that, we also want to practice what we're preaching. We want to put into practice the things that we are learning, even from our guests. We want to be an epitome or an example, because even the show itself is us showing you an example that, see, you have a voice too, just as we do have voices, and we are activating it and using it here for impact. You as well can do the same. We're saying, let us do it together, inviting you to be a part of the show. So that was a very important that we went on break. And when we went on break, sometimes you find yourself going on break like that. For example, the break that I've been on, it's not just from the show, it's just a general life break, just taking out the distractions or just intentionally going on a fast off social media and all of that. And one thing I discovered as I was off, in that season, that I'm still off, I'm not yet back. Hopefully in November I will be back fully. But in that season, in the season of introspection and just taking a review and taking a stock, is I realized that at the end of the day, sometimes you can actually go on breaks like that. You can decide to take a fast, right? Let me divert a bit. Use regular fasting, for example. Well, no, not regular fasting, because fast cuts across all races and even religion. Almost all religions fast, right? So, but as a Christian, I'm going to come from that angle. It's easy for people to say they are fasting as a Christian, and you just stay away from food all day, and that's it. That's hunger strike. That is purely hunger strike, right? Because the essence of fasting is for you to bring your body under so that you can heighten your spirit man. So you can hear from God. You can you can put your flesh under control and say, I know you are hungry. I know you are shaking right now, but I'm going to put you under control because I want my spirit man to be heightened. I want my spiritual antenna to be heightened. And so the activity that you do in that break is as important as you staying away from food. So you can't say you are truly fasting and then every other thing you do, you still do. You still watch, you still binge on Netflix all day. You make all the jest and all the joke, and you still gossip. You still do all those things. When you say no, the effectiveness of your fast is when you truly separate yourself to do the things that will truly feed your spirit man, things like praying, worshiping, studying the Bible during the fast. In the same way, people in my, or let me just share my own experience. In my own experience of taking the break off social media, for example, I realized that, see, if you take break off social media, and you're not very intentional about the things you want to achieve in that season, the season will go, you will not achieve it. Because outside of social media, there are still other distractions.
Mm.
You can just sleep, for example, which sleep is good. But if it's not intentional, if it's not planned, that I want to take time to sleep, to rest, so that I can refresh my body and mind, and you just do it just like that, the time will still go and you will still achieve nothing
No.
tangible out of that break. I say all of this to say that whether, probably, I'm saying this right now, maybe you've been thinking about it like, oh, I need to go on break. Oh, this, I need this. Please, as you're going on that break, plan for it. Plan for it. Like, what outcome do you want to see at the end of that break? What are you going to do differently during the break that will make you really feel like something has shifted? For us as a brand, as collaborators, we took out that time, that okay, in this time that we are off air, what can we do that will make this, that would maximize this time off? And during that period, we really did some introspection and review of the work done so far. Consistency is great, but now we know when we need to take break, we need to take break, and there's nothing wrong with that. And when we're taking the break, we can take stock of what we're doing and come back. And so during our break, we did our review, and as you can see on the screen, that now we have a new brand.
Yep, yep,
we
yep.
we have rebranded. We have rebranded. Grace, share with us just a little bit. What was that process like for you?
It's again, I'll take it back to practice what you preach. And you know how I love the moments we normally have together when we're talking. And we have we're interesting in we're unique in our own ways. You have, what is unique to you. I have what is unique to me. And that for me is beautiful. It's every day I learn. Apart from the fact that I'm learning on the show, whenever we come here, we talk. We catch ourselves. When maybe somebody says something, we'll catch some things that they would say, and you know how beautiful that would help you as you go along. What we did, what we did in going back and reviewing and rebranding and doing all of that was a clear case of us putting to work all the things that we learned from everyone that sat on that seat. Everyone said something that got to us, that did something, impacted us. And the only way to prove that, yes, we're learning, even though we're the host of this show, we're also learning. And it's an opportunity for you to also come here, because the truth of the matter is, anytime you get an opportunity to learn, please seize it. When we sat down to do a review, and like she rightly said, let me quickly point that out. When she said that, it's I want to be on break, and you can, go ahead. Now, coming to talk is something I've been doing for a while, so it's not a problem, yeah. But I sat down and I said, babes, I would love to do this, but let's even go on break, because it is you I know with that consistency thing. Let's go on this break together. What that did for me was, we're in it together, and we understand why we are stronger together.
Hmm.
It will get to a point where, when you want to go on break, I might say, okay, no, I don't think I need that break right now, I can do this. We might get to that point. I'm not saying that every time, the energetic goes on break, I have to go on break as well. No. But for the fact that for 1 year we never took that break, it was needed for us to progress. So when we were talking about, some of the things, our brand, sponsorship, donations, and how we want to reach, it was clear. It was clear that yes, we and the universe were working together, because the universe gets to a point. We're enjoying rain now. It gets to
Mm.
a point when the rain will bow out and we would have no rain. And what that tells us is, as human beings, we should know when to stop and restrategize. Now that it's raining, we are working and doing what we have to do, so that when we get to the point where there's no rain, there are things we would need to do to keep going. And that was exactly what we did by coming together. We have to be big because we're both big on growth. I am very like, are we growing? We need to grow, even though but come, how are we growing? Coming together and getting to a point where we need sponsorship, we need more people, because the goal, our tagline is very simple. We want to use our voices to impact. We don't want to do just few. Doing few and making impact is good, but we want to we want to
It's the
increase the
same
reach.
energy. Do you
It
get?
is
It's
the
the
same
same
energy. Do
energy
you
that
understand?
you
So
used to
why not
impact
we
people.
let's
So why not do
expand?
it big?
So the process for me was interesting. The process for me was something that I was able to learn from you. We're able to share ideas, and we were able to leverage on our individual strengths.
Strengths,
This is
yeah.
what I'm good at. This is where I come. I don't think about it. And that's one good thing about partnership. You don't kill yourself because this other person might be good in this area, this field, and then we know how we'll be able to put our strengths together
Resources
and
together. Mm.
yeah. So for me, it was an interesting one, and we came up with, I love hey, are you guys seen our new logo? Check out our new logo. What's it? Are you seeing it? So I'm loving it.
Also.
It's newness. It's like a new, like they just gave us a new dress to wear and
Mm.
let us dance around and see. Hey, look at my new dress.
And
That's the
flaunt it.
feeling.
And
That's it.
flaunt
Let's
it.
flaunt it. And as we're flaunting it, we're getting more people to come and be a part of the work that we are doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Grace, for sharing that. And we didn't do this alone. Again, we are big. Both of us are big on partnership, but strategic partnerships and very intentional partnership where we are leaving our ego at the door and coming together to say we need to do this thing. And so for the purpose of this thing, see, you leave your high horses outside. Let's dig our hand into the pits and start digging together, right? But we didn't do this alone. 2 months ago, I think that was in August, we had a guest, and that was uh, Miss Kiki Okewale. And in that particular episode, somebody joined the session and he enjoyed the session so much. And he is a graphic designer and decided to pick out all the gems that Kiki Okewale shared on that particular episode and sent us the graphic designs like, oh my God, EJ, you guys are amazing. I love what you're doing. And these are some of the gems that your guests shared. And I was like, what?
Who
This
is
is
this
amazing.
person?
Honestly, I'm like, what? Wow. This, like, I'm short for words. You are amazing. Thank you. And just playfully, I'm like, man, are you sure you not come and join our team like this? And he also playfully said, sure, why not? Call me if you need me. I'm like, okay. So when we went on this break and started to think about the rebranding and how we can move the show forward and how we can grow, because that's the whole point of doing this, right? And he came to mind. And I'm like, ooh, we should get in touch with James Adeniyi. And I reached out to him, like, see, this is what we're trying to do. This is what we're working on. And he's like, oh, sure, I'm willing to help with your logo. I'm like, fantastic. And then this is the thing I want to share with you guys, especially if you're a young person who's going to watch this later on. Whatever you're doing now as a skill, even if you're in the learning phase, take it so seriously and start thinking of how you can put systems, structures, and processes in place as you go, because it's going to It's going to become a thing for you. And one of the things, one of the qualities that you want to like hold on to, hug tight, don't let it go, is excellence. And this is something
Yeah.
that we saw in Adeni, James Adeni, right? Because when we said, okay, we want to work on a new logo, look at our brand, look at what we're doing. And then he sent me a form. And on the form, he asked very, very important questions, about the brand. What do we want you to represent? What is it about? And we explained all of that in the form he sent. And then he went through this very rigorous process. And for me, I think the process he just took through, to create this logo just won my heart, right? And he did not just present the logo to us. He did not say, I'm done with the logo. He said, I'm done with your logo, but I would love to present the whole process to you. And I'm like, okay, this is like, I would expect that from maybe somebody from outside of Nigeria, for example, because this is how, but this is a Nigerian person in Nigeria. I was like, okay, this is fancy, let's go. And we went on that call, and he took us through the process, the thoughts that went through the process of creating that logo. And it was just beautiful to see the process and the mind that went into it. So this is a special shout out to James Adeniyi, who helped us in creating this brand, this logo, and the color and the everything. And as we go along in this show, he is going to be our guest very soon on the show, because we'd love to really amplify his voice and what he does as a graphic designer. One with excellence, and I'm wishing him all the very best. So, James, why do I keep calling you Jones through your law?
Maybe it's James Jones. We call him James Jones Adeni.
JJA. James Adeniyi, thank you so much for what you did for us, for creating this beautiful logo for us and this brand assets that you've created. As a matter of fact, you went ahead to help us with, just restructuring our flyers and everything. And for me, I love the minimalism in it. Very, simple but profound. I love it, love it, love it, love it. So thank you, James. So if you're looking for a graphic designer to work with, we are recommending James to you. You can see the work he's done with our logo, creating this logo, and taking us through the process of what he did as well. So if you're looking for a graphic designer that you want to work with, we are 100% recommending James Adeni. And very soon we're going to bring him up on the show to be a part of the show. All right. Woo. I feel good. Na, 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 na. I knew that I would now. Oh, I
You know,
feel good.
if I must add, I think there are people that love what they do, and there are people that love what they do and also take you on a journey around what they do. I think that's the person. That's James Adeni. It's a lot. So I still wrote that thing recently on Facebook or somewhere on my social media platform. People are doing everything. I think the information is out there. People are doing
Mm.
almost the same thing. People are doing. So this weekend I sat down and I was reading a book, and it clicked. What clicked? You might be doing what another person is doing, but there's something unique that is unique to you. Your flavor is different. And I'm stating this because that day when we sat down and James Adeni was presenting, I could hear in his voice. In fact, let me tell you, if you're watching this, James Adeni, you have impacted me, and you have impacted me so much so that if I hear by any chance that somebody is looking for a graphic designer, you will definitely come to mind, because you're not just going to, what logo do you want? Piam, take. What's the flyer? Piam, take. No, you would make the person really know. You would, oh my god. Remember that day now when he was presenting, I was like, who's this person? Come on now, this guy, who is this person? And that's not even the case. He was intentional. How did we even get to know him? He didn't just the impact that Kiki, and you see how we plant seed.
I
This thing is
see.
You see this planting of seed. It's so obvious to see. Kiki was here. She planted some major nuggets that entered into James. And James was like, no, 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 no. What skill do I have to project this woman's nuggets?
Mm.
And he did. He projected her some of the strong, powerful things that she said. And she went and she posted it on her page. We also posted it on our own page. And for some things that some people that did not watch this, they still saw what she said somewhere else. You see how these seeds, you see how we are planting seeds. Now, I know James Adeni. I don't just know him. I know what he's capable of doing.
Of doing,
And I am
absolutely.
going to tell who cares to listen that needs somebody, not just a graphics designer,
Designer.
a graphics designer with a flavor of
Hmm.
I hear you, I feel
I
you, and
see
I want to
you.
be a
I
part of
I love it. I love it.
things.
I
That
love
guy,
it.
he left an impression, a
He
long-lasting
did.
impression.
He
And
did.
I mean, this episode is a big shout out to you.
Dedication to
And please keep doing what you're doing. I can tell that you are going to be big. If you
Mm.
continue like this, you're definitely going to be because you're an intentional person. Keep up the good work and
Yes,
God bless you, girl.
absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't even agree more. And really, James, we are super duper grateful. And guess what, guys? This he did in collaboration with us. That's the sweetest part, right? Sometimes when people say, oh, let me I'll do it for you, I'll do it for you, when you say I'm volunteering, people just do it like, oh, I'm just volunteering. No, but look at it, he was so intentional. Like, yes, I'm collaborating with you, but I'm going to do it as if you're a paying client. And this, I kid you not, he's going to get referrals, that's for sure. Do you get what I mean? So whatever you're doing, especially as a young person, I tell my son all the time, like, see, when you're doing, do it like this is the only thing you can do now. Or this thing that you're doing right now might be the one thing that will open doors for you. So put your all into it, like do it well. Because you might not have another opportunity to prove that, and I can do it better.
But
Hmm.
when you had the chance,
Just
when
use
you have
it.
the chance, reminds me of this guy. What's his name? I've forgotten his name. He said that when he started off, his wife was his only audience. I'm sure this story you
Hmm.
know him now. This guy, what's his name?
Steve Harvey?
Steve, Steve Harvey. Not Steve Harvey, our own
Okay.
Nigerian Steve
Oh, Steve Harris.
Harris. Steve Harris. You know, he says that story every time. He said that when he was murdering his wife, telling his wife that nobody has signed up, nobody has signed up. That the wife was pitying her. Then she now went and
I signed
signed
up.
up. Then he now came and said, somebody has signed up, somebody has signed up. She in her mind was like, this guy no saying I'm me, right? He doesn't know I'm the one. However, she, on the day he did the presentation, she was the only audience that was there, and that he poured his heart to that particular presentation. He gave it the best. And I mean, many years after, see what has happened. And that day, that when he was doing it, it was from a very painful place that all these adverts. And you know what emotions can do? Emotions can, it might come as anger that, oh, I'm doing this, but I'm doing it anyways. I am putting my all into it. And eventually, he's able to tell the
It
stories
paid
many
off.
years after.
Mm.
He was consistent, and he eventually got to a point where thousands and thousands of people would sign up for his program. So I
Mm.
mean, I don't know why I shared that story, but when he shared that
Whatever you
story,
do, put your
do
heart
your
into
best,
it.
put your best foot
Yeah.
forward.
Yeah. It goes with that saying that how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Everything.
And it's a work in progress. So don't maybe you're listening now, you're like, don't worry. Even if you've made mistake before, there is another chance for you to go again. You might not have another chance to make a first impression for somebody you already met, but you have the chance to make a good first impression to the next person that you are going to meet. So we are all work in progress. We are all work in progress. And I feel like as much as we embrace that, we're just going to keep growing and keep getting better. And I'm just grateful for my own journey and how I am beginning to see. So I will speak to you about it later. I discovered something recently. We need to talk. But
This
anyways,
time and go for us. That's not for everyone to see or hear. It's just over.
we'll talk.
I can't wait. My ears have started growing, just waiting to hear the truth.
Oh my goodness. All right. So now that I'll give you all the lowdown of what was happening while we're away, we're back now and we're glad to tell you that in November, November, all the all the big boys, all the big boys, all the big men, all the big men. Put your hands up in the air because we are gonna celebrate you on this show. Gang, 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 gang.
Shout out to before you go ahead. Shout out to my dad. He passed on this day 2 years ago. A
Oh my
fantastic man, by the way.
God.
Yes, that was why I told you I was a bit too low. But
Oh,
I'm happy now because
oh.
when I remember what he always told me something, and that's why I'm just saying this because of what we're going to be doing next month.
Next
Shout out to
month.
all the wonderful men out there. You are doing something great, and we're going to project that next month.
Oh, God bless you. God bless his heart. God bless him. God rest, continue to rest his soul. But yeah, next month, which is November, we are dedicating it to men's talk. So we're going to be talking, about men, what they do, how they're making our society better because we can't function without them. The way they can't function without us, the women, we can't also function without them. And I feel like, we don't give them credit enough. And so we are super excited that we are going to be dedicating the whole of November to the men folk. That does not mean that it's only men that will speak. Oh, we are women after us. And it will not be interesting with only men. This life will be boring without women. Just take it or leave it. You can
Mm.
argue with your screen.
But
The
together,
world.
we're born to do things together.
Absolutely. It's togetherness that makes the world beautiful. So in the month of November, we're going to be celebrating men. We're going to be talking about things that affect men, generally mental health, their, fatherhood, their leadership,
Leadership.
we're going to be talking to, about all of those. And we're excited about, the lineup of the guests that we have. Yeah, so I mean, again, at the end of the day, this platform, as much as um, it would be great to have like people that we all look like they're up there. See, our own job here is to amplify. So there are people who are up there who think that our own loudspeaker is not as much as theirs. They don't want to come on our show, and that's okay. So we are happy. Anybody that want to loud their voice or add extra loudness to their already loud voice, those are the people we are for. So sometimes, I get, DMs and like, you should bring this person, you should bring this person. We are excited and eager to bring people, but at the same time, we also want people that are attracted to us. All right. So I say all of that to say that this month we're going to bring in some very, very unique men and women on the show from different parts of the world. And it's going to be fun. We are looking forward to it. You know that men, most times, averagely, they don't like talking too much, averagely. Averagely. They're not the sharing type or vulnerable type. But we're hoping that some of the men that are going to come on the show this next month are going to be
Mm.
the men that will just like open up, talk, because we want to hear you too. You know, personal experience is I've seen or I've related with men who hurt, like they're hurting so bad, but they cannot get themselves to share their hurt, even with the people that love them
They
the
love.
most or that they even love, you know. And the angle that they are coming from is like, I don't want to be a bother to you. I don't want to bug you. Like, I cherish you too much. But please, men, we cherish you too. And you're not bugging us. And I know there are exceptions to every rule. Yes, there are people that hey, if you go and share your issues with them, they will tie rope around your neck and pull you down.
Mm.
We know. But again, Yoruba people will say, I'll try to translate it in English. But Yoruba people will say, Ori bibe koni ogun ori fifo, meaning that you don't cut off your head because you have headache. That's not the solution. This headache is too much. Cut it off, cut it off, cut it off. No, you will find a solution to the headache. You will
That's right.
find out, okay, you know what's maybe you went to the first doctor, it did not work. You will keep going and searching until you find a solution, right? In the same way, in relating with other people, yes, not everybody you'd have good experiences with, but you don't use your bad experiences to cut off your whole life and just blanket everybody that everybody is bad, right? So please, we are hoping that men, even if you're not on the show, that you're going to also come and join us on the show and be a part of it. Converse with us, like share comments in the comment section, share your thoughts, share your experiences. Let us relate with the pain and the happiness, that you're going through inside, so that we can support you some more and we can love you some more and we can do life with you better the way that we are doing life with each other as women, right? So we're looking forward to that. Grace, what is one thing that you want to see when we get into November as we go on this series with celebrating men?
I love it. I'm excited, and I'm not just excited. I'm super excited because we want to know. We want to know some things. All right. So I work a lot with women, and most times when I post things on my status that for women, some men will just send me one message. When will you people do for us? When will you people do for us? So wait, I now did something. I created a program for men, to see if they would come. And I created that program for strictly for men. Nobody, not one man, not
Shut
one
up.
man came for that program. And I said, you see, I understand my species better. I know what to say that will make them come. So when it comes to men, men should deal with men and they should leave us to want to deal with them. But that's not the case with this particular show, the one we want to, there is a celebration for men in November, and we hear a lot about the complaints that you people don't even, you don't celebrate us as much. So what we want to do, so that you know that we truly, truly love, respect, and we see you, is we're dedicating a whole month, the whole of November, to talk about the things that you struggle with. And one thing I would like to suggest, and would share with people, um would share something like a questionnaire, something that you'd love to hear, or something you'd want us to talk about. We'll share it so that it will help us to talk, to go deep into the conversations we'll be having come next month. So everything
Right.
you'd want to hear, would love to hear from you, and see what you think.
Absolutely, absolutely. And beyond November, if these topics are really topics that you give us feedback on, we would ensure that we try our best to get, experts and people who can speak to that topic as well. So please, when you do get the questionnaire or the survey, please do respond and help us serve you. Okay, we want to serve, and because we really cherish you, men. We cherish you a lot, and we want you to know that. And we want to say, we know we don't say it enough, but yeah, this is us coming out and representing other women in the world to say, men, you are playing an amazing role in this life, and we need you, and we need more of you, and we need more of your leadership and your support and your you playing in the field, you see. So we're really looking forward to the month of November. And one thing we might also do is probably, have pop-up conversations, on social media outside of the show, just to celebrate the men for all through the month of November. Because again, for the show, we have only about 4 Mondays in November. So we might have more. If we have more feedback, we would create pop-up shows that will just pop on maybe on an Instagram live session to just talk to these topics about men. All right. So please, if you have something you want us to talk about, slide into our DMs. Well, technically, just visit our website and just contact us from the website, because that will be easier right now. Or reach out to Gracie. At least Grace is still pretty much active online. I might not be active as of now till later on, in maybe in November. I should be back partially or something. I'll think about it. All right. So, but for now, this is what we have for you for November. We are looking forward to having you on the show to be a part of the conversation. Invite your friends, invite, people, tell people about the show. Remember, we have a goal to hit 10,000 subscribers by June of next year, when we're celebrating our second year anniversary. So please, we want you to help us achieve that goal. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel, send the link to people, share the link to people. You now have an idea of what the show is about. We'll keep reiterating it as we go. And if you want to be a sponsor of the show as well, of any episode, please let us know. Reach out to us as well. All the details are actually on the website. And the website is what's scrolling on your screen, which is bit.ly/your voice, your impact show. Just reach out to us, and we'll take the conversation from there. God bless you. We are so excited and super grateful to be back on the show.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. Looking forward to November, and we'll talk to you then. Until then, keep being amazing. Remember, you have a voice, and you might not have a platform as of now, but I can assure you 100% that your voice is impacting somebody out there, is impacting somebody in your vicinity. So don't be silent. Where you need to speak up, do speak up. All right. God bless you. We are super grateful for you. Thank you for being here with us. Just quickly, when I said, I was trying to remember something when you talked about posting about this topic, on your status. I did that because I'm active on WhatsApp, and I did that, and like two different guys actually responded and say, "Ha, thank you." Oh.
Finally. Finally. You'd love it. So go tell your friends that November, all for the men, all for men. So they need to be here. And it would help us. At least let's know that you really, really want people to know things, the things guys are going through, and how we all can support our fellow, no, not fellow, our men. I was trying to
Our
our men,
counterpart.
our counterpart. Thank you, Julie. I was looking for I beg you, I'm a woman. No. All right,
Oh my
you won't stop
goodness.
laughing. Have a
I'm telling
wonderful,
you.
wonderful week.
Absolutely. See you next week on the show. We are back and we are better. Take care. See you
Yep,
next
yep,
week.
yep.
Bye bye, guys.